There are some new students who have joined. Welcome Vishnu, Ganesh and Bhavya, Khushi. So it's already 8 p.m. Let us start. As always, we will first revise what we learned last Monday. You may recall we had an extempore on the topic.
Sir, the topic is humanity beyond the religion.
No, this topic is for Aradhya. You are new, please note again. Every day, new teacher will come. I'll be teaching on Monday. Now Aradhya will teach you next Saturday. So that topic is for the next Saturday session. Last Monday I had taught and we had discussed I believe in God because dash dash dash. No, those of you who have joined for the first time, you may know that we have different topics for extempore. That is only 2 minute speeches to be made. Sometimes we give the topic in advance, and you have to speak only for 2 minutes. But our focus is not on the so much on the content of what your speech or what you are saying, but on please keep your videos on. This is an interactive session. Please keep your videos on and mic muted. When you have to ask something, you feel free. You can ask in between also by raising your hand. Okay. Khushi, you also keep your video on.
Yes, sir.
Now, as I was saying, every 8 p.m. except Sunday, we meet and have a discussion, or sorry, short speech making session on a lively topic, and the teacher points out the errors from your speech. So last time we had speeches on I believe in God because that was the topic. Now the main grammatical point noted in my class was that adjectives make your language shine out. That is the importance of adjectives. We all use adjectives which describe the noun that we are using or pronoun that we are using. Okay, that is the definition of adjective. But someone who is not good in English generally uses ordinary adjectives. Like you will say, I am feeling fine. How are you? I am fine. Now, someone who is more articulate, who is more proficient in usage of English adjectives, will use something more precise, like I am jubilant. I am very sad today. It's okay. I'm not very well. Something like that. Not just good, fine, which are ordinary adjectives. So adjectives make our language shining. Okay. You very precise and uh, well selected adjectives give color to your language. Okay. Now, what are the various types of adjectives? There are actually 13 types of adjectives you will note in any grammar book. We will not discuss all of them today, or sorry, last time I did not explain all these various types, but I pointed out that some of you had made error in the use of comparative and superlative forms of adjectives. How many of you know what is comparative and superlative form of adjective? Does anyone know?
Sir, can Bhavya tell?
Yeah, please.
Sir, comparative adjective is used in to make comparing two person, and superlative adjective is used in to making difference between many persons.
Good, very good, Bhavya. How old are you?
Sir, I am 10 years old.
Wow. We have the youngest member. Actually, you are not eligible to sit in our class, but since you know so well, so we will make an exception for you. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Very good. God bless you, beta. So the only error he made was that superlative is for more than two uh, comparisons, or he said differences. Adjectives don't necessarily point out the differences, they can also point out similarities. But when they are describing or putting in comparison more than two uh, subjects or objects, either of them can be described. Adjective हमेशा quality निकालता है noun या pronoun का, which can be the subject of the sentence or the object of the sentence. है ना, ये आप लोग जानते होंगे. ये पॉइंट किसी को अगर क्लियर नहीं है, प्लीज रेज योर हैंड. Subject, predicate, you understand what is subject and predicate in a sentence? If anyone doesn't know, please raise your hand. Okay, this we have discussed last in our second or third class, I think. But returning to the point that sometimes an easy way of turning a positive adjective like simple. He is a very simple person. This is positive form of adjective. To turn it into comparative, we'll just add er. It becomes simpler. He is simpler than his sister. If we have to say, bring out his quality among his entire family, then we will say, because there are more
Sir,
than
can I tell?
then it will become
Sir, he is the
EST.
simplest in his family.
Very good. Then we add just EST. But the problem is that this is school grammar. When you are into more advanced usage, the problem is that there are many exceptions to this rule. You cannot turn a simple adjective into comparative or superlative adjective just by
Yes, sir.
adding
If they
er or
will be
est.
beautiful, so we will not write beautifulest or beauty
Wait,
fuller,
Bhavya.
and we have to write more beautiful or most beautiful.
Very good, Bhavya. But wait, you have to speak only after you are permitted. You just raise your hand, okay? Tap on the hand icon and then you speak if you are allowed. Don't interject in between, okay?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
So I think the point has been made. Now I'll request, just to complete this revision of the previous discussion, someone give us an example of an adjective which cannot be turned into a comparative or superlative just by adding the prefix. Prefix here is er or est. इसको इनको जो वर्ड के एंड में हम ऐड करते हैं उसको प्रीफिक्स बोलते हैं. आप एक ऐसा एडजेक्टिव सेलेक्ट कीजिए जिसमें ये रूल नहीं चलेगा. Bhavya has already mentioned beautiful. Beautiful cannot be converted into comparative by saying beautifuler. We will say more beautiful. Similarly, beautifulest is no word. We will say most beautiful. Yes, Bhavya, what do you want to say?
Sir, one sentence is that only he is more intelligent than her sister, and he is most intelligent in his family.
Yes, very good. So I hope this is clear to everybody. If anyone has not understood the point, please raise your hand. Bhavya, you, thank you. Keep your hand icon off when your point has been addressed. Okay, so now we move on to today's practice. I'm giving you a topic. You all have to speak for 2 minutes only. Okay. This justice. Listen carefully. You can note down if you want. Justice is an exception rather than the norm in this world.
Sir, please repeat
Justice
again.
is an exception rather than the norm in this world. I hope the topic is clear to everyone, but if there is any difficulty, please raise your hand.
So please give some point because I think there is some.
Speak louder, Aradhya.
Sir, can you please repeat it again because there is some network issue in my side because today there is some network issue.
Justice is an exception rather than the norm. NORM, norm in the word. Norm means कि आम बात है. मैं हिंदी में बोल देता हूँ एक बार. न्याय दुनिया में अपवाद होता है, आम नहीं होता. न्याय दुनिया में अपवाद स्वरूप मिलता है, आम तौर पर नहीं मिलता. Justice, you can speak in Hindi also if you want, then I will translate it in English for you. Yes, Aradhya, you want to say something?
Sir, I get some points to speak. That's why I just.
Please keep your videos on. Some of you have not switched on your videos. आप सब वीडियो ऑन रखिए.
Sir, can you repeat the meaning of that in Hindi?
छोटा बच्चा भी आज
Meaning of what?
Sir, you say that justice is an exception rather than the norm.
Norm. Norm means something which is very normal, which is common.
Justice.
Okay? So the topic is, it is not common, it is an exception. This is the topic. You can agree with it or you can disagree with it. You have to give reasons. Those of you who are, please keep your video on and mic muted. That is the rule of the class.
So can I speak?
So who will start the topic, the speech session? आप हिंदी में भी बोल सकते हैं अगर आप, और इंग्लिश में भी बोल सकते हैं, मिक्स लैंग्वेज में भी बोल सकते हैं.
So can I start?
Only for 2 minutes. Yes, Rita.
हाँ देवेश, इनको जो स्टूडेंट्स न्यू लोग भले हिंदी में बोल लेंगे, एक बार एम्फेसाइज करके बोल दो. राहुल, आर यू देयर? विष्णु, हिंदी में बोल दो सर को, फिर हिंदी इंग्लिश मिक्स बोल सकते हो, हिंदी बोल सकते हो अभी स्टार्टिंग में.
I have repeated this thrice. You are welcome to speak on the topic in Hindi, English or English. Okay. So who will come forward first? Only 2 minutes.
Sir, can I start?
Yeah, please, Aradhya, you do.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. A warm good evening to everyone. This is me, Aradhya Tyagi, and I'm here to express my views regarding the topic. Justice is exception, not a norm. So basically, if we talk about today's justice justice policy, so we saw that people usually don't believe in rules and regulation in our country. So if as a student in graduation level, I feel that justice is equal for you. Is justice for everyone, and there is nothing there is nothing that we should feel about something irregular or something bad about the justice that rich will get the true justice and the poor will not survive in this rule and regulations policies. So I think this a line should be cut if we thought and if we learn from our past that the rules and regulation which was made under the group of people who were from different caste, religion, and so that means that yes, like justice is not a norm, is a norm, not a norm. Sorry, justice is a norm for everyone. Thank you so much.
Okay, good, Aradhya. You stuck to your time limit. That is very important. There are some hesitations and some small errors. When you say something irregular, that is not a good coinage. Something is the pronoun here, and irregular is adjective, but irregular is not a good choice. You should say something inappropriate. Okay. And rule and regulation, policy, again, policy is not a good adjective here. Rules and regulation norms, or you could say rules and regulations culture, because there is no one policy about rules and regulation. Okay, it's our habit of whether we follow rules or not. Perhaps that is what you are saying. So that is culture, not policy. Okay. Anyone else wants to point some
Okay,
error?
sir, thank
He
you.
was speaking fast, so I could not track all of his phrases. But if any other error was caught by any other person, you all must remember we are giving marks to you, and the best student every month is selected for a prize of 1,000 rupees. Okay. Or if you will help in pointing out the error of some other student, then also it will add to your marks. And above all, we give marks for attendance. If you are regular, then only you
Yes, sir.
qualify for the reward.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, can I
Yes,
tell?
Monica.
Sir, can I?
Sir, please
Wait,
repeat again
Bhavya.
this topic.
Topic is justice is an exception, not a norm in the world. हिंदी में कहेंगे इंसाफ अपवाद स्वरूप ही मिलता है, आम तौर पर नहीं मिलता इस दुनिया में.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yes, Bhavya, what were you saying?
Sir, can I speak in Hindi?
Yes, please do.
सर अब इन दिनों जब हम बाहर जाते हैं और देखते हैं कि किसी ने कुछ भी गलत काम किया है, तो जो कोर्ट होती है वो उसको 24 घंटे में जो वो पुलिस होती है वो 24 घंटे में उनको कोर्ट पे पहुंचाती है. और कोर्ट में मान लो अगर वो इंसान रईस है, अमीर है, तो जाकर जज के पास जाएगा, उस दिन की तारीख खत्म होगी तो उसके जाकर ये कहेगा भाई मेरे पैसे ले ले और मुझे जिता दे. तो इसलिए जो वो है वो नॉर्मल नहीं है. जो अमीर होता है वो जो गरीब होता है उसको दबाने की पूरी कोशिश करता है अपने पैसों से. इसलिए तो जो वो है वो नॉर्मल नहीं है. अभी भी बहुत सारे लोग जो इंडिया में है वो इसको नहीं मानते रूल और रेगुलेशंस को.
Okay, very good, Bhavya. Now, would you like to translate his Hindi presentation into English, or I shall do it? Okay, I'll do it for Bhavya. Bhavya was saying that the main institution responsible for imparting justice is courts, and in the courts, a rich man can easily manipulate and get a judgment in his favor through the use of money as well as links, whereas a poor person is unlikely to get a favorable judgment. So,
and sir, I want to add one more point also.
No, Bhavya, not now. Please wait. We'll have a second round. So his conclusion is that justice is not generally available in our society. Here I'll just point out, I'm not saying only our society. I'm saying in the world. World means not only other countries besides India, but even the natural world, the forest, the jungle. Word includes everything, whether it is created by God or it evolved through chance over time, as explained by Darwin, whatever you are, maybe your view. But this world is not a very just place. This includes both India and other countries, and also the natural world, the sea, the oceans, the forests. Okay, with this tip, I'll now request the third person to speak.
Sir, could I start speaking on this topic?
Sanjay, yes, Sanjay.
Yeah, it is. You're absolutely. The statement is true. It is really difficult to get the justice not only in India, in the entire the world, because the complex. It is very complex procedure to get the justice in the court and the in our system. Not only in Indian system, but it is found in the other country also. So one is the lack of education and the lack of awareness and the complex procedural things in the system, and the most of the people are not aware about their rights, the basic rights also. And if they aware their rights, the police system is mold and they did not produce as the actual things before the court. So court is also sometimes confused to give the decision on that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay. That is a very thoughtful analysis. I'll just point out, I am focusing on not on your points. I am only focusing on the your diction. Diction means selection of your words and your grammar, etc. So I'll just point out two small errors. You said the justice. Justice is an abstract noun. It's not a common noun. So we never use the with an abstract noun. We will just say justice, not the justice.
Okay.
The judgment is okay. Judgment is a common noun. But with abstract noun, normally we don't use the. And so this rule you should all remember. आप सब देखिए ये जो a and the इनका usage होता है, that has to be very carefully noted, because this is a very complex theme. We will have a separate class sometime later, but this normally people from vernacular backgrounds. Vernacular background means those who are born into families where parents don't speak English, okay, whose native language is different from English. So vernacular background people find it a little difficult to, but these days kids are smarter, because their parents speak to them in English, so they pick up more easily. My generation often makes this mistake. Sanjay also belongs to my generation. So this we have to keep in mind. And also you said if they aware, if they become aware, this is a small, I think that was only because you were speaking hurriedly. So now, fourth speaker, please.
Thank you, sir, to highlight these points. I will take care in future, sir. Thank you. Nandini is going to speak and she is sitting inside. Nandini.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Nandini. You know
Sir,
the topic,
justice.
huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Just
justice is very important for common people, and for it, it's very important to make sure that everyone is know about their basic rights and constitution. Then only they get justice, and um, they go to court for justice.
Yes, you're speaking well. Carry on. Okay. So Nandini has not made many errors, but she has not used her whole time. So that's okay. Someone else?
So can I speak in Hindi?
Yes, yes. You
हाँ,
don't have to
सर
ask.
हमारे देश में नहीं लेकिन बाकी कंट्रीज में भी जैसे कोई भी केस होता है तो जो लॉयर होते हैं जो मतलब जो जिसके ऊपर केस करते हैं उसे पैसे देते हैं और उससे कहते हैं कि मतलब हमारा केस जितवा दो एंड फिर वो लॉयर ये भी कह देता है कि 4 महीने में हो जाएगा लेकिन उसे 4 साल भी हो जाते हैं और वो केस मतलब ऐसे ही पड़ा रहता है और ऐसे एक केस नहीं बहुत सारे केसेस कोर्ट में फाइल्स में बंद रहते हैं इसलिए मतलब ये नॉर्मल नहीं है हमारी कंट्री में और पूरे देश में थैंक यू
Okay, very good, Khushi. Will someone like to translate it? Just some in summary form.
Sir, can
What did
Bhavya
she say?
try?
Yes, Bhavya, try.
Sir, she want to say that in not our country, in all the world, if there is a case of land, so the lawyer say that you can give me 25 lakh rupees, so I will be winning your case, and they say that there will be 4 months only, but there are 4 years, but the case is not solved when they are closed in the file and kept in the cupboard, and they have not even opened from last 10 years, but the lawyer say that there will be done in 4 months.
Very good, Bhavya. You are a very intelligent boy. Very good. Only small error, one that I caught was, he said all the word. Correct usage is all over the world. Okay. All over the world, we don't find people getting justice. We won't say all the world, all over the world. People are
And-
selfish. Many people, majority are selfish all over the world. Okay. Now, Bhavya, please wait. Next speaker, please. Pragati, yes, carry on.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to share my thoughts on the topic justice. Justice is an exception rather than a norm. So, justice is delayed, is rightly present the scenario of India. Justice is difficult to define, but it can be said that it varies according to situations and persons. Since we live in a democratic country like India, where people are governed by the laws of country, it is very important to deliver justice to everyone, to prevent the miscarriage of justice. So people are unfortunately be victim to injustice. Majority of the Indians are poor and illiterate, so that's the main reason why they don't get justice on time. And the most recent Nirbhaya case can be taken as the best example, where the incident took place on 16 December 2012, and that justice was delivered on 10 September 2013, I think. So it was delayed very much in a country like India, where women are respected and treated like goddess. Rape cases are on very high zone, and the ratio been increasing day by day. So justice is very important to give on time, but it is being delayed and later it is denied. Thank you.
Very good, Pragati. There were hardly any errors, but you repeated some points. Apart from your English fluency, whenever you are making a speech, 2 or 3 things help. First of all, see, your points should not be very scattered. They should be ordered and flow from each other. And you should begin by with of course some humor. When you are well prepared, this is not for extempore. When you have got enough time to make your speech, you should begin with humor or some engaging line. Your very first line is very important because that makes everyone attentive. Okay. And then regarding the logic of your ideas, you should give your broad conclusion or view of the matter at the beginning, and then justify why you have made that stand, taken that stand. Okay. This makes your speech more orderly and convincing. Yes, next. गणेश, विष्णु, आप लोग बोलिए, हिंदी में बोलिए, फिर हम ट्रांसलेट करेंगे। विष्णु आप बोलिए पहले। क्या न्याय मिलता है? और मैं एक बार फिर से बता दूं, जब हम न्याय की बात कर रहे हैं तो हम केवल कोर्ट रूम की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं। समुद्र में न्याय होता है जब बड़ी मछली छोटी मछली को खाती है। जंगल में न्याय होता है जब मेमने को खा जाता है भेड़िया। तो हम न्याय की दुनिया में बात कर रहे हैं। ओके, यू डोंट हैव टू कन्फाइन योरसेल्फ टू द कोर्ट रूम, बट इट इज योर चॉइस। यस, विष्णु बोलिए। पहले अपना माइक अनम्यूट कर लो। विष्णु आपका माइक म्यूटेड है। अब आपका वीडियो भी चला गया है। वीडियो और माइक आप ऑन कर लो। ओके, वी वोंट वेट फॉर विष्णु नाउ। गणेश आप बोलना चाहोगे?
सर क्या बोले?
न्याय दुनिया में मिलता है कि नहीं मिलता है, आपको क्या लगता है?
सर लगता है मिलता भी होगा, मिलता होगा सर।
ओके तुमने क्या देखा है? वेरी गुड, कैरी ऑन, थोड़ा और बोलो।
मैंने तो देखा है कि अगर मेहनत करोगे तो मिल सकता है।
ओके, कुछ और बोलना चाहेंगे आप?
नहीं सर, फिर कभी।
ओके ओके, इट्स ओके, जितना भी आप बोलना चाहो उसमें कोई, ये हमारा बस फ्रेंडली मीटिंग है। यहाँ कोई हम ये मान के नहीं चलते आपको पूरी तरह आती है इंग्लिश या पूरी तरह बोलना आता है। आप बस कोशिश कीजिए, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट।
यस सर।
ओके, सो गणेश ने कहा कि बहुत ओपन एंडेड इन्होंने छोड़ दिया कि मिल भी सकता है। इस तरह का सेंटेंस अवॉइड करना चाहिए। हमें ये कहना चाहिए कि जस्टिस is possible, but it depends upon very well functioning institutions. Nature has not ensured justice. आपकी बात का मतलब ये है, नेचर में जस्टिस नहीं है। नेचर में बड़ी मछली छोटी मछली को ही खाती है। लेकिन ये इंसान का सपना है कि समाज में न्याय होना चाहिए। उसके लिए बहुत सारे आंदोलन हुए, उसके लिए डेमोक्रेसी बनाया गया, उसके लिए वेलफेयर स्टेट बनाया गया। हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि समाज में न्याय हो, लेकिन समाज भी प्रकृति से ही निकला है, जंगल का राज। दिस इज व्हाट यू वर ट्राइंग टू से। ओके, इस तरह से आप अपना स्पीच थोड़ा सा लंबा कर सकते थे, जो आपका पॉइंट। ओके, नाउ एनीवन एल्स हु इज लेफ्ट?
Sir, good evening, sir. Sagar. Hello.
Yeah, Sagar, welcome.
Sir,
Go ahead.
Sir, I'm speaking Hindi, sir. So, sir,
Yes,
just
yes.
कानूनी rules जैसे कि sir हम लोग my shop is just fruit shop now, sir. So just I'm hawkers is I'm his hawkers members is. So just हम लोग एक केस लड़ रहे थे सर, जैसे कि हम लोग केस लड़ रहे हैं। आई थिंक आज मिनिमम मेरा 8 से 10 साल हो गया सर। हम लोग का इस केस का 8 से 10 2013 में हम लोगों ने स्टार्ट किया था केस। अभी तक केस हम लोग लड़ ही रहे हैं। लाइक सर इसका कोई बोले तो हम लोग का जैसे कि पूरा रिजल्ट भी आ चुका है कि हमारा पूरा लाइसेंस हर चीज ओके हो चुका है। फिर भी हम लोग को लाइसेंस अभी तक नहीं मिल पाया, क्योंकि कई लोग सर जैसे कैसे होता है, डिपेंड होता है पॉलिटिशियन। जैसे कैसा होता है सर, कोई इसके रूल्स के हिसाब से कानूनी तौर पे हमारा सर्टिफिकेट हमारा तैयार हो चुका है। हमारा जो सर्टिफिकेट है, हमारा जो मतलब लाइसेंस है रेडी हो चुका है, बट हमारे हाथ तक नहीं आ रहा। इसके लिए हम लोग कई साल से कानूनी तौर पे केस लड़ रहे हैं सर, बट अभी तक चल ही रहा है सर। अभी तक पूरा ओके नहीं हुआ है। और इसके लिए क्या हम लोग को फाइनेंस मतलब हाथ में नहीं मिल पा रहा है। जस्ट इसके प्रॉब्लम सर होता है कि सर मतलब जस्टिस क्या आई डोंट नो ओके कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं, मालूम नहीं सर। बट हम लोग को अभी तक मतलब फाइनल रिजल्ट नहीं मिल पा रहा है। इट्स माय प्रॉब्लम इज जस्टिस। सर मैं अपना पर्सनली मैं अपना ही ओके कर दिया। मैं अपना ही एक रूल था, इसके लिए मैं बोल दिया सर।
No, very good. I was going to appreciate this point that you are saying something from your own lived experience, and you are fighting for justice or fighting for a cause, which most of us don't do. We just accept injustices in our life because we are either lacking in energy, or we are lazy, or we are we are burdened with too many other problems. But if you are
Yes.
fighting, that is really creditable, that is really appreciable, that is really laudable. ठीक है, मैंने तीन एडजेक्टिव्स अभी यूज किए. तारीफ किसी की करनी हो तो हम क्या क्या कह सकते हैं? योर एफर्ट वाज एप्रिशिएबल, लॉडेबल. ओके, लॉडेबल, इसकी तारीफ की जानी चाहिए. इसको लॉडेबल भी कह सकते हैं, एप्रिशिएबल भी कह सकते हैं.
Appreciate.
और मैंने एक और वर्ड यूज किया था, creditable. Okay. Now, what Sagar was saying was that from his own experience, how justice is. So we are connecting again.
Yes, sir, there was somebody.
Sir, the time up was there, that meeting
Our
time up.
sessions are allowed only for 40 minutes. So if we are carrying on or we have not completed, then after 40 minutes, we have to rejoin. Okay. We are very poor. We don't have money to purchase Zoom Pro facility. So we are using the free Zoom facility. That is why it has this time limit. You have to rejoin after 40 minutes.
Can we start the second round?
Bhavya, we'll come back to you. Let me see if someone else has to say something. Khushi, have you spoken?
Yes, sir. Can I
Yes,
speak?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Can I speak?
Yes, lovely. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Whenever a case is filed in a police station, the one party tries to bribe the police, due to which the other party doesn't get justice. And on the other hand, whenever a case is filed in a court, the one party tries to bribes the lawyer, uh, and the lawyer files a false case against the other party, due to which the other party doesn't get justice.
Good, very good. Very pointed. And again, you have taken the example from the courtroom. But you know, in courtroom, there is at least some justice. What about a child who is born with, say, brain fever, or a child, a baby suffering from cancer? Isn't that injustice in the world? So
Yes.
we are talking about injustice in the entire world. We are not talking about courtroom. Courtroom, at least some scope of justice is there. At least people don't break their heads. They engage lawyers. They go to the court. Otherwise, when there were no courts, the only solution to a fight was who cuts whose head. This was for going on for a long time. So I don't know why you are picking up on the courtroom again and again. We are talking about
Sir,
justice.
you say not justice now, so everyone is thinking about court only.
Yeah, that's why I'm pointing
Because in
out.
the news
Let us
also
think
they are
of
thinking
justice
about.
in a broader sense. Is there justice in the jungle? I'm repeatedly pointing out. Is there justice uh, when you see the
No,
lizard
sir.
devouring an insect on your wall, and the insect is writhing in pain? What is the fault of the insect? Please think of justice in this broader sense. when we had Second World War, 5 crore people died.
Yes, sir.
About 1 crore people were killed in gas chambers, including children.
There was Jew. The
They became
Hitler
smoke,
said to, there was
and
all Jew.
families were brutally tortured in front of each other. In our country, only so many conquerors came from the northwest. They made heaps, or rather mountains of skull heads. They raped, and so much that women used to commit mass suicide. Okay, I don't want to go into the pros and cons of the topic. I'm just trying to point out that
Sir,
you
I
can
want to
think
say
of the
something.
problem of injustice in a broader sense. Don't think of only the courtroom. Bhavya, please wait. I'll just come to you. Anyone else who wants to speak? Okay, now we come to
Sir,
Bhavya.
before you
Bhavya,
start the second round, I want to say that, sir, if a boy do a rape of the girl, if the boy age is below the 18, he do not go to the jail. He is left below. But if a boy drives a bike and he drives a bike and his age is lower than 18, his father can also go to the jail.
Okay, I don't know about the exact rule, but regarding the language, I'll just point out that again you are slipping on the usage of the. These are articles, and the. Okay, the is never used with a proper noun. First rule. Yeah, I mean this is easy to remember. You never say the Bhavya, but you will say the boy. If you, but that also, even with a common noun, you use the word the or article the before the noun only when you are pointing to a particular boy. Okay, then you say the boy in the front row. Okay, then you say the, because you're pointing to one particular boy. When you say boy lacks the advantages that girl has in today's world. Let us say this sentence. So you are not talking about any particular boy, but boy in general. Then you say a boy or just boy. Okay. So I think we have completed the round unless someone else wants to come back in the second for a second narration. किसी को कुछ कहना है? Okay. So we will close here, but I'm giving you the topic for the next Monday class. I said the next Monday. I can just say next Monday's class. Next Monday's class. But I am also talking about particular class, so I can also say the next Monday class or next Monday's class. Okay? The का ये usage आपको ठीक से समझना है. So next Monday's the topic is why is there injustice when God is there? If God is there, why is there so much injustice? Okay? You like the topic?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. इसमें बहुत तुम्हें डिस्कस करना पड़ेगा, अपने पेरेंट्स से भी डिस्कस करना, अपने टीचर से भी करना और किताबें भी पढ़ना. If you want to read some book, let me tell you. एक तो खैर बहुत फेमस फिलोसफर हुए बेटा, बर्ट्रैंड रसल. उन्होंने एक
Yes, sir,
किताब
I know
लिखी है.
him.
You know? Oh, how?
Yes, sir.
How do you know?
Sir, I have read his book in my school's library. When I was in the
Okay.
second class, I go to my
Bhavya,
library.
what do you want to become when you grow up?
Sir, I want to become a IAS and a novelist.
Wow. Very good. Bless you,
And after
beta.
my retirement, I will become a politician.
May God shower every blessing on you. Very good
Sir,
aim.
there is a song of that also. There will be showers of blessing.
So may your life be full of songs and music. Okay, so the topic for next class is, why is there so much injustice when God is there? Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
तो आप लोग सोच के आइएगा इस बार, क्योंकि ये एक्सटेम्पोर नहीं है, आपको पहले से टॉपिक दिया जा रहा है. मेक अ गुड, जस्ट 2 मिनट्स. ये फॉल्ट नहीं करना है कि हम 2 मिनट से ज्यादा फिर बोलते ही चले जाएं. अपनी बात को अच्छे से अच्छा आपको 2 मिनट में ही कहना है. And try to think of points. A good speaker brings out points which others are not mentioning. Okay, there will be some points which you will realize most people will say, but your talk or speech will become interesting if you will think hard. Go on a walk, दातुन लेके और एक लंबी वॉक पे चले जाना और सोचते रहना पेड़ों के बीच में. ठीक है, उसके बाद आपको बहुत नए पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे. राहुल, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
गहराई से सोचना सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज होती है एजुकेशन में. जब हम बहुत गहराई से अपनी कॉन्शियसनेस में जाके कुछ नए पॉइंट्स निकाल पाते हैं. ओके, सो वी विल मीट अगेन नाउ. अब बेटा 7 PM हम इस हफ्ते हमने टाइम कर दिया है. 7 PM पे मिला करेंगे. ओके,
Okay,
यू विल
sir.
गेट द लिंक इन द मॉर्निंग.
Sir, 7 PM to
8 PM, and if there are many participants, we can also have a second session of our meeting. So that will go on for about 1.5 hours. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Main focus, see, is not on your philosophical views or your ethical views or on your analytical power. Our main focus is on correct use of English language, correct syntax, correct grammar, and correct diction. Diction means the selection of your vocabulary, your words. All this is part of spoken English. Our main focus is on that. We are not having a debating contest. We will mark you not on the points you make, but how you express them in English. Okay? So main focus is on that. But yes, when you make good points, that is also very good, and that automatically improves your expression also. जब आप अंदर से कुछ बहुत नया पॉइंट सोच के निकालते हो ना, तो आपका एक्सप्रेशन अपने आप कलरफुल हो जाएगा, अपने आप बहुत पावरफुल हो जाएगा. You get my point? So that is your subsidiary aim. Main aim and our main focus is on improving your English speaking power. Okay? So tomorrow, Rita, you are teaching tomorrow?
I think Afroz will take the class.
Okay. So tomorrow, Afroz ma'am will take at 7 PM. Please come again.
Okay,
and
sir.
you can bring your friends also. You can send their name and phone number on our WhatsApp group. We will add them.
Okay, sir.
Okay? Pragati, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. At 7 PM, I go to tuition and I return at 8 PM. It will be difficult for me to take classes on 7.
Devesh, can we keep it for 9
Many-
o'clock? Devesh, 9. Pucha
will,
से 9 is okay.
In our last teachers meeting, we decided 7 PM. So right now we will go ahead with 7 PM, but we will keep Pragati's request in mind. Maybe we will change soon again. Aradhya, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. I was saying that, sir, actually, I will talk to you after the class on it. It's not
Okay.
emergency.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Have a
Thank
restful
you.
And sir,
sleep.
can you repeat the
Sir,
topic
have
again?
a great day. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful session. We'll connect tomorrow, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you. I won't be there tomorrow. Afroz ma'am will teach. Okay.
Yes, okay, sir.